Tonight, let London become soft around you. Not the rushed London of footsteps and schedules. Not the bright London of traffic and alarms. But a quieter London. A dreamlike London. A city that opens gently, one golden moment at a time. And as you listen, allow yourself to imagine that this day is already yours. You are not chasing it. You are not wishing from far away. You are simply arriving. Somewhere deep inside you, a door opens. And beyond that door is a version of your life where travel feels natural, where beauty finds you easily, where the world welcomes you with open arms. You have made it here. You are in London. You can feel the calm certainty of it in your body, the quiet knowing that wonderful things are not far away from you. They are moving closer. They are becoming familiar. They are becoming part of your story. So take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Tonight, as your body rests, your imagination walks through London for you. And all you need to do is follow. You begin in the soft blue of early morning. The room around you is quiet, with that peaceful stillness that comes before the city has fully woken. The air feels cool against your skin, fresh and clean, carrying the faintest scent of rain from sometime during the night. Outside your window, London is still half asleep. The sky is pale silver, brushed with soft lavender at the edges. The rooftops are damp and dark, their tiles glistening slightly in the early light. Somewhere in the distance, a bus rolls gently along the street with a low, steady hum. A few birds call from the trees, their sounds delicate and scattered, as though they too are waking slowly. You stand by the window for a moment. The glass is cool beneath your fingertips. Below, the pavement shines faintly, reflecting the morning sky. A black cab passes quietly. A cyclist glides by, wrapped in a coat, moving through the calm like a shadow. There is no rush yet, no sharpness, just the soft beginning of a beautiful day. You get ready slowly. Comfortable clothes, a warm layer, shoes that feel good for walking. Everything simple, everything easy. You step outside, and London greets you with a cool morning breeze. The air touches your cheek softly. It carries the smell of wet stone, fresh coffee, old brick, and rain-washed streets. There is something comforting about it, something grounded and familiar, even if this is your first time here. The city feels ancient and alive at the same time. You begin walking toward a nearby cafe. The street is lined with quiet townhouses, their windows framed in white, their doors painted deep colors: navy, forest green, glossy black, rich red. Tiny front gardens sit behind iron railings, with leaves still holding drops of rain. The pavement beneath your feet is smooth in places, uneven in others, each step reminding you that this city has been walked for centuries. A cafe door opens ahead of you, releasing a warm breath of roasted coffee, toasted bread, butter, and sweetness. You step inside. The cafe is small and softly lit. The windows are misted slightly at the edges. A few people sit quietly with newspapers, laptops, or cups held between both hands. The low murmur of conversation blends with the gentle clink of cups and saucers. You order something warm, maybe a cappuccino with a cloud of foam, or English breakfast tea with milk, or a smooth, flat white that warms your hands through the cup. You choose a pastry too, something flaky and golden, maybe a butter croissant, or a warm scone with jam, or a slice of banana bread with a crisp edge and soft center. You sit near the window. The chair is comfortable beneath you. The cup is warm in your hands. You bring it closer and breathe in. Steam rises gently. The first sip feels like comfort spreading through your chest. Warm, creamy, slightly bitter, slightly sweet. Outside, the city begins to stir. More footsteps pass the window now. Umbrellas fold and unfold. A red double-decker bus moves by slowly, its color bright against the soft gray morning. You take a bite of your pastry. The texture is delicate and buttery. It flakes gently as you break it apart. There is something deeply peaceful about this simple moment. Sitting in London, warm drink in hand, watching the world wake up around you. And as you sit here, you allow yourself to feel it. This is not a faraway dream. This is a feeling you are allowed to have. Ease, beauty, travel, time, wonder. You let the feelings settle into you. After breakfast, you step outside again and begin your slow walk toward Westminster. The city grows brighter, but the light stays soft. Clouds drift across the sky, pale and layered like watercolor. The breeze moves through the trees, stirring leaves with a gentle whisper. As you walk, London reveals itself in pieces, a narrow lane with old brick walls. A flower stand opening for the day. Buckets filled with tulips, roses, and soft green stems. A bakery window glowing with golden loaves. The scent of rain, coffee, and fresh bread following you from street to street. You pass people beginning their day. A woman in a long coat walks briskly with a paper cup. A man adjusts his scarf while waiting at a crossing. A child in a school uniform skips over a puddle. Everything feels real and ordinary, yet touched by dream. Soon, the streets widen. The buildings become grander. You feel the presence of history around you. Stone facades, tall windows, carved details, black iron lamps standing like quiet guardians along the pavement. And then, ahead of you, rising through the soft morning light, you see it. Big Ben. The Elizabeth Tower stands tall and elegant, its golden details catching the muted light. The clock face glows softly, familiar and magnificent, like something you have seen in pictures for years, but now, somehow, it is truly here. You slow down. There is no need to rush. You stand for a moment and simply look. The tower rises above Westminster with calm authority, beautiful against the cloudy sky. The sound of traffic is present but softened. Buses, footsteps, distant voices, the low movement of the city. Somewhere nearby, the Thames moves quietly, wide and patient. You walk closer to the Houses of Parliament. The stone appears warm and detailed, carved into spires and arches. It feels almost like lace made from history. The building stretches along the river, grand but peaceful in the morning light. You can feel the coolness of the air on your face. You can hear a flag moving lightly in the breeze. You can smell the river nearby, faint and mineral, mixed with wet stone and city air. You cross toward Westminster Bridge. The pavement beneath you is slightly damp. The bridge opens before you, wide and steady, carrying you above the Thames. You pause halfway across. The river below moves in slow, silver ripples. It reflects the sky, the buildings, the arches of bridges, the passing boats. The water has that quiet London color, not blue, not gray, but something in between, soft and shifting. To one side, Big Ben watches over the morning. To the other, the London Eye rises in a great circle against the sky. You let your hands rest on the cool railing. A sightseeing boat moves under the bridge, leaving a gentle wake behind it. The sound of water brushing against the embankment is soft and rhythmic. A breeze lifts your hair slightly. You breathe in and feel the openness of the river, the spaciousness of the sky, the calm strength of the city around you. And quietly, you tell yourself, I am allowed to arrive in beautiful places. I am allowed to experience the world. I am allowed to become the person who travels with ease. You continue across the bridge. On the other side, the London Eye stands tall and graceful. It moves so slowly it almost seems still, each glass capsule carrying people gently upward into the sky. You walk along the south bank, where the river stays beside you like a companion. The path is wide and peaceful. Plane trees line the walkway, their branches moving softly above you. Benches face the river. Street lamps curve over the path. The air smells faintly of roasted nuts from a nearby stand, mixed with the fresh river breeze. You walk slowly. There are musicians beginning to set up for the day. A guitar case opens. A violinist tunes a string. Somewhere a soft melody begins, quiet at first, floating through the air like a thread of gold. You pass a small cart selling warm drinks and pastries. The scent of cinnamon drifts toward you. You smile without needing a reason. London feels generous today. You continue along the river, watching the city unfold beside the water. Across the Thames, the buildings rise in layers. Old stone, glass towers, domes, bridges, chimneys, windows catching light. Your footsteps settle into an easy rhythm. Step by step, breath by breath, the city becomes familiar. You are not an outsider here. You are welcomed by the morning. You belong in this beautiful unfolding. Eventually, you arrive near the pedestrian bridge leading toward St. Paul's Cathedral. You cross slowly. The bridge feels open and airy beneath your feet. The Thames stretches out below you, carrying soft reflections of the sky. Ahead, the dome of St. Paul's rises perfectly framed, pale and magnificent. There is something cinematic about this view. The city feels arranged just for this moment. You take your time crossing. With every step, the cathedral grows larger. Its dome seems calm and wise, resting above the city like a quiet blessing. The wind is a little stronger here, moving over the water and across the bridge. You hear footsteps around you, low voices, the occasional click of a camera, the distant sound of a boat horn. You reach the other side and walk toward St. Paul's. The streets here feel hushed in a different way. The stone buildings rise around you, their surfaces cool and dignified. The cathedral itself is grand, but not overwhelming. It feels steady, protective, timeless. You stand outside for a while, looking up at the dome. The stone is pale cream against the cloudy sky. Columns stand tall at the entrance. Steps stretch wide beneath them. You run your hand lightly along a nearby stone wall. It feels cool, faintly rough, solid beneath your fingertips. So many people have stood here before you. So many mornings have passed over this place. And now, this one belongs to you. You step inside if you wish, into the quiet. The air changes immediately, cooler, deeper, still. The sounds of the city fade behind you. Your footsteps soften against the floor. The space above you rises high and beautiful, filled with arches, columns, and quiet light. Everything feels slowed down. You breathe gently. There is a faint scent of old stone, polished wood, and candle wax. The light filters softly through windows, touching the floor in pale shapes. A few people sit silently in the pews. The whole space seems to hold its breath. You find a quiet place to sit. For a few moments, you do nothing. You simply rest. You let your shoulders drop. You let your jaw soften. You let the stillness of the cathedral move through you. And in this stillness, you imagine your life opening. Not with force, not with panic, but with trust. You imagine more journeys, more mornings in new cities, more beautiful moments that once felt impossible becoming ordinary. You allow the thought to feel natural. After a while, you step back outside. The city sounds return gently. Footsteps, traffic, birds, the rumble of a bus. But something inside you remains quiet. Something inside you has softened. You begin making your way toward Covent Garden. The walk leads you through streets that shift from grand to charming, from wide avenues to narrower passages. London keeps changing its face, yet somehow remains itself. You pass bookshops, theaters, cafes, boutiques, old pubs with flower baskets hanging outside. The smell of lunch begins to drift from restaurant doors. Herbs, butter, roasted vegetables, warm bread, coffee, and something sweet from a bakery nearby. Covent Garden welcomes you with energy, but not too much. The square is alive in a gentle, cheerful way. The covered market glows with warm light. Shops and stalls line the space, offering candles, soaps, prints, jewelry, little things made to be touched and admired. The sound of a street performer floats through the air, perhaps a violin, perhaps a soft voice singing, perhaps the laughter of a small crowd gathered in a circle. You wander without needing to buy anything. Your fingers brush over a soft scarf on a stall. You lift a handmade candle and breathe in its scent: lavender, cedar, vanilla, or rose. You look at postcards painted with London scenes: red buses, rainy streets, glowing windows, the Thames at dusk. The floor beneath you is smooth stone, worn by years of visitors. The market roof above you gives the space a sheltered, cozy feeling, like you are inside the heart of the city. You pause near the edge of the square and watch a performer. People gather, smiling. A child laughs. Someone claps. The performer bows dramatically, and the crowd responds with warmth. There is joy here, light and easy. You let it touch you. This is part of the manifestation too. Not just the landmarks, not just the big dreams, but the little moments of being present enough to enjoy your own life. You choose a place for lunch nearby, maybe a cozy pub with dark wood tables and golden lamps, maybe a small restaurant with windows looking out onto the street, maybe a cafe tucked into a quieter lane, where the chairs are comfortable and the menu feels simple and satisfying. You sit down and feel the relief of resting your feet. The table is smooth beneath your hands. The room is warm, filled with low conversation and the soft clatter of cutlery. Outside, people pass by with umbrellas and shopping bags, their reflections moving across the window. You order something comforting, perhaps a bowl of soup with warm bread, or fish and chips, crisp and golden, with soft flakes of white fish inside, or a savory pie with buttery pastry and rich filling, or a fresh salad with roasted vegetables and a cup of tea on the side. Whatever you choose, it arrives warm and fragrant. You take your time. The food feels grounding. Each bite brings you back into your body. You notice the textures, crisp edges, soft centers, warmth, salt, butter, herbs, steam rising gently from the plate. You sip your drink slowly. Outside, the sky remains soft and grey, but there is no heaviness in it. London wears grey beautifully. The clouds make the lights glow warmer. The brick look richer. The leaves appear greener. After lunch, you continue toward the British Museum. The streets become quieter as you move away from the busiest corners. You pass elegant buildings, iron railings, small garden squares, and trees that whisper softly in the breeze. The British Museum appears with its grand columns and wide entrance, impressive but calm. You step inside. The great court opens around you in a wash of pale light. The glass roof curves above like a delicate web, letting the sky pour in softly. The space is bright but gentle, wide and airy, filled with the quiet movement of people. You stand still for a moment. There is a sense of the world gathered here. Stories, objects, histories, fragments of lives from far away and long ago. You do not need to see everything. You do not need to rush from room to room. This is your dream London day. You move slowly. You wander through halls where the air feels cool and still. Your footsteps echo lightly. Glass cases glow softly. Ancient carvings rest in quiet dignity. Stone figures, painted pottery, golden details, handwritten fragments. Each piece carries a story, each one a whisper from another time. You let your gaze move gently from one thing to another. You notice the smoothness of marble, the worn edges of old stone, the delicate patterns on ceramic bowls, the shadow and light across carved faces. There is something deeply calming about being surrounded by time. Your own worries feel smaller here. Your life feels part of something larger. You are reminded that everything changes, everything moves, everything becomes memory, and yet beauty remains. You find a bench and sit for a while. People pass quietly in front of you. Some speak in low voices. Some stand close to the exhibits with focused eyes. Some move slowly, as if the museum has taught them to soften their pace. You breathe. You let the cool museum air settle around you. And you think again of the life you are calling in. A life with more space, more wonder, more days like this, more permission to experience the world fully. You do not need to know exactly how everything will happen. You only need to keep becoming available to it. After the museum, the afternoon has deepened. The light outside is softer now, slightly golden behind the clouds. you decide to make your way toward Notting Hill. The journey itself becomes part of the dream. Perhaps you take the Underground. You descend into the station, following the signs, hearing the familiar low rush of trains moving beneath the city. The tiled walls gleam softly. The air is warmer underground, carrying the scent of metal, stone, and movement. A train arrives with a smooth rush of wind, the doors sliding open. You step inside and find a place to sit or stand. The carriage rocks gently as it moves through tunnels. People read, listen to music, gaze out at their own reflections in the dark windows. The sound is rhythmic and oddly soothing. The hum of the train, the soft clatter along the tracks, the announcement of stops in a calm voice. You allow yourself to be carried. There is something peaceful about being guided beneath the city, moving without effort from one beautiful place to another. When you emerge in Notting Hill, the air feels fresh again. The streets here are charming and colourful, lined with pastel houses that feel almost storybook-like. Pale pink, soft blue, cream, lavender, mint green. Each doorway neat and lovely, each window framed with care. You walk slowly along the quiet streets. The pavement is dry now in places, damp in others. Leaves collect near the edges of the road. A small dog trots beside its owner. Someone waters plants outside a front door. The whole neighbourhood feels gentle, pretty, and a little magical. You reach Portobello Road. The street has a relaxed afternoon energy. Antique shops, vintage stalls, bookstores, cafes, and little boutiques line the way. You pass windows filled with old teacups, silver frames, colourful prints, worn leather bags, and stacks of books. You step into a small shop. A bell rings softly above the door. Inside, the air smells faintly of paper, wood, fabric, and something floral. You run your fingers over the spines of old books. Some are smooth, some textured, some faded by time. You open one gently and breathe in that deep, dry scent of paper and history. You do not need to buy it, just touching it is enough. Back outside, you continue wandering. A cafe catches your eye. It is warm inside, with glowing lamps and cakes displayed behind glass. You step in for an afternoon treat. Maybe you choose tea again, or hot chocolate, or coffee. Maybe a slice of lemon drizzle cake, or a small tart with berries, or a soft biscuit dusted with sugar. You sit by the window. The afternoon moves slowly outside. The first sip is warm and sweet. The cake is soft beneath your fork. You can hear the quiet music playing in the cafe, the hiss of steamed milk, the low hum of conversation. For a moment, everything feels complete. You are not waiting for your life to begin. You are inside it. You are living a beautiful page of it right now. The day begins to lean toward evening. You leave Notting Hill and make your way toward Kensington Gardens or Hyde Park for a calm golden hour walk. The park opens wide around you. After the streets, the space feels soothing. Grass stretches out in soft green, damp and fragrant. Trees stand tall and graceful, their leaves moving gently. The paths curve through the park, inviting you forward without urgency. You walk beneath the trees. The air smells of earth, grass, leaves, and distant rain. The city is still there, but softened by the park. Traffic becomes a faraway hush. Birds call from branches. A squirrel moves quickly across the path and disappears into the roots of a tree. You pass people sitting on benches, walking dogs, pushing strollers, talking softly, or simply moving through the evening like you. The light is beautiful now. It slips through the clouds in pale gold, touching the tops of trees, the edges of leaves, the surface of ponds. Everything seems calmer in this hour. Even the city feels like it is exhaling. You find a bench near the water. The bench is slightly cool beneath you. You sit and look out at the pond. Ducks move gently across the surface, leaving soft ripples behind them. The water reflects the sky in broken pieces of grey, gold, and pale blue. You rest your hands in your lap. You breathe in slowly. This is a moment to receive. No pushing, no proving, no explaining. Just receiving. The quiet, the beauty, the fact that you are here. You imagine your future self sitting in many places like this. In London, in Paris, in Venice, in Kyoto. In cities and landscapes you have not yet seen with your eyes, but already hold somewhere in your heart. You imagine travel becoming normal for you, not as an escape from life, but as an expansion of it. You imagine money flowing with more ease, opportunities opening, plans becoming possible, time making space, the right doors unlocking. And as you imagine it, you do not grip tightly. You let the vision float softly beside you, like light on the water. The evening grows cooler. You pull your coat or scarf a little closer and continue walking through the park. The paths begin to glow under the street lamps. The trees darken into silhouettes. The sky becomes a deepening blue-grey. London is changing again. Morning was silver. Afternoon was soft gold. Now evening is blue, amber, and warm window light. You make your way toward the West End. The city becomes brighter as you approach the theatre district. Streets fill with gentle excitement. Signs glow above theatres. Restaurant windows shine warmly. People walk in pairs and small groups, wrapped in coats, smiling, talking, choosing where to eat before a show. There is energy here, but it feels lovely, like anticipation. You walk through streets where the lights reflect on the pavement. Red buses pass by, glowing from within. Black cabs move smoothly through traffic. The smell of dinner drifts from open doors. Garlic, herbs, warm bread, roasted vegetables, spices, butter. You choose a peaceful place for dinner. Maybe somewhere with soft lighting and a table near the window. Maybe a small restaurant where the noise is low and the food is comforting. You sit down and feel the day resting inside you. Your feet are tired in the best way. the kind of tired that comes from wandering, seeing, feeling, living. Dinner arrives slowly. Maybe a creamy pasta, or roasted vegetables with warm bread, or a comforting bowl of risotto, or something classic and simple. The plate is warm, the lights are low. The table feels steady beneath your hands. You eat gently, without rushing. You notice every taste, every texture, every warm breath of steam, every quiet sound around you. You are safe. You are here. You are allowed to enjoy this. After dinner, London calls you back outside. The night has settled fully now, but the city is not dark. It glows. You decide to walk toward the Thames again. The streets shimmer under the lamps. Shop windows glow. The air is cool and carries the faint scent of rain, though none is falling now. Your footsteps are slower, softer. The day is beginning to fold itself into memory. You reach the river. At night, the Thames becomes a ribbon of reflections. Gold, white, red and blue lights tremble on the surface of the water. Bridges stretch across it like graceful lines of light. Buildings shine along the banks. You walk slowly along the embankment. Ahead, Tower Bridge appears in the distance, glowing against the night. Its towers rise like something from a dream, blue, white and golden, elegant and strong. You take your time moving toward it, letting the view grow more beautiful with every step. The air is colder now, but refreshing. You feel it on your cheeks and hands. You tuck your hands into your pockets, or wrap them around a warm drink if you picked one up along the way. The city lights blur slightly in the water, soft and shimmering. You pause often. There is no need to reach anywhere quickly. This final part of the day is for wonder. You stand where you can see Tower Bridge clearly. It glows above the Thames, reflected in long, trembling lines below. The towers seem both grand and peaceful, like guardians of the river. The bridge holds the night quietly. You breathe in, and as you look at it, you allow the whole day to return to you. The cool morning window, the warm cafe, Big Ben rising through silver light, the Thames beneath Westminster Bridge, the slow circle of the London Eye, the quiet dome of St. Paul's, the music of Covent Garden, the stillness of the museum, the pastel streets of Notting Hill, the golden park at evening, the glowing theatre lights, the river at night. All of it belongs to you now, even if only in this moment, even if only in imagination tonight. Your body has felt it, your mind has walked it, your heart has received it, and that matters. Because every dream begins as an inner place before it becomes an outer one. You let London become part of you, not as pressure, not as longing, but as quiet certainty. You whisper inwardly, I am becoming someone who experiences beautiful places. I am open to receiving the journeys meant for me. I trust that life can surprise me kindly. I allow travel, peace, and abundance to find their way to me. The words do not need to be forced. They simply drift through you, like the river, like the clouds, like lights on water. You begin the gentle journey back to your room. The city moves softly around you. A cab passes. A bus sighs at a stop. Footsteps echo lightly under a bridge. Somewhere, a church bell marks the hour, the sound deep and distant, fading slowly into the night. Your body feels pleasantly heavy now. Your mind is quieter. The day has given you so much, and now it asks nothing from you. Back in your room, the warmth welcomes you. You take off your shoes. Your feet relax. You remove your coat, your scarf, your layers. The room is dim and peaceful. The window reflects a soft version of the city lights outside. You get ready for sleep slowly. The water from the tap is cool on your hands. The towel is soft against your skin. Your bed waits, smooth and inviting, with clean sheets and the gentle weight of blankets. You slip under the covers. The mattress supports you completely. Your shoulders soften. Your legs release. Your hands unclench. Your breathing becomes slower. Outside, London continues in the distance. A faint hush of traffic. A faraway siren, softened by walls and night. The occasional sound of rain beginning again, light and delicate against the window. Tiny drops tap the glass. Not loudly, just enough to soothe you. You picture the city outside, washed in gentle rain. The bridges shining, the pavements glowing, the river dark and calm. The old buildings standing quietly beneath the clouds. You do not need to hold on to the images now. Let them blur. Let Big Ben become a golden shape in the mist. Let the Thames become a soft silver ribbon. Let Covent Garden become warm light and distant music. Let Notting Hill become pastel colours fading into sleep. Let Tower Bridge become a gentle glow behind your closed eyes. Everything softens. Everything slows. And somewhere inside you, the dream remains alive. You have walked through London. You have felt its air. You have heard its rain. You have tasted its warmth. You have received its beauty. And now, you can rest. Let the city take care of itself. Let the river keep moving. Let the lights keep shining. Let the rain keep falling softly over rooftops, bridges, windows, and quiet streets. You are safe. You are supported. You are allowed to dream bigger than your current circumstances. You are allowed to imagine a life that feels wider, richer, calmer, freer. And tonight, as you drift, London holds that dream for you. The rain taps gently. The river moves slowly. The city glows in the dark. And you let yourself sink deeper and deeper into rest. Your breath is soft. Your body is heavy. Your mind is open. London fades into a peaceful blur of silver rain, warm windows, old stone, and golden light. And as sleep comes closer, you know, beautiful journeys are finding their way to you, one by one, moment by moment, dream by dream. You are already on your way.